Next up, we have Bengals Cowboys, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and wow, this was going to be a very interesting, fun game, and that is gone. The Bengals opened up as now Pinnacle is very cautious when they put things out. They opened this lineup yesterday at 3:08 p.m. with the Bengals at -7. The Bengals are now -7.5. That -7.5 got up to -119 today. It's back to -110. Let's take a look at the line or the total here. It opened up at 43 and it's now at 43 to pick them. It's now 43 -110 to the under. So there's been a 4-cent move to the under. Let's take a look at the cash flow here. Unfortunately, the cash will probably take into account some early tickets, but 12% of the tickets and 24% of the cash is on Dallas. So some bigger bets have come in on them. 61% of tickets, 89% of cash on the under. Dennis Garcia saying, Skydragon saying, I'm probably plugging my nose and taking Dallas here. Harold Williams says, Bengals in a blowout.
Gerald Jones nails it on the head. Dallas's offense was bad when Dak was in the game. I don't see how that just suddenly changes with Cooper. It could be a bad one, and I like the Bengals in a teaser leg here. Bengals, I think, what did I do? I did one earlier. God damn it. We talked about Pittsburgh. Somebody had Pittsburgh 1.5, and I ended up with a Bengals Pittsburgh teaser, like a cute little AFC North teaser. Just, I don't see Joe Burrow having another bad game. And the Cowboys offense was not good, even with their starting quarterback. It's not going to get better with the backup. And it's kind of a nasty stretch for them where Dak is out, and Dak is not worth 9 points to the line. That's very true. But even if Dak would have managed to stay in this game, it would have moved several points based on how bad that offense looked. So I think you're not getting a full 9 points just due to Dak. You're probably getting like 6. And a couple of those are just based on how horrid that offense looked. So it's true. It's still just not a spot where I can take Dallas.
Is the Bengals Steelers teaser an official spot here for you?
Yeah, put it up. Put it on the card. I played it.
And what is what are the numbers that you got there?
So it took it down to 1, and then it was Steelers 1.5. I'll go find it. So Cincy down to 1, Steelers up to 7.5.
All right, there you go.
And yeah, the Dallas team total could go under again.
Yeah, it certainly could.
That wasn't sweaty.
No, it was a gift. Cooper also rush yard prop could easily go over, but we'll have to see what that comes out
Cooper
at.
Rush isn't terrible. Like, he's played some games. It certainly isn't Dak.
Yeah, Slatzy says McCarthy coaching at backup. What could go wrong? That was a very disappointing 23-20 overtime loss at home to Pittsburgh for the Bengals to start up the year. Burrow 33 of 53, 338 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon both look very good, though. Jamar Chase, 10 catches, 129 yards and a touchdown. Mixon ran 27 times for 82 yards and caught 7 passes for 63 yards. And, Birdie talking about how weak this offensive line was for the Chargers. And, man, 7 sacks, and Burrow got hit 11 times. I thought they added to that and added to their offensive line in the offseason. That certainly didn't look like the case. And the Bengals defense couldn't get enough pressure on Trubisky. They sack him once. They hit him 5 times. Now you have T. Higgins in concussion protocol. Long snapper Clark Harris got hurt. So Mitchell Wilcox replaced him, and look, that low snap cost them the win in regulation. And then the high snap hurt them again in the playoffs. And they somehow lost 432 total yards, 32 first downs, held Pittsburgh to 13 first downs, and 4 of 15 on third down, and somehow lost. And look, Dak's hurt, and this is going to be very, very, very ugly. Cooper Rush, 7 of 13 for 64 yards came in, 4.9 yards per pass attempt. Noah Brown led receivers. Dalton Schultz, 7 catches for 62 yards. And all of the fears that CeeDee Lamb, might not be a number one receiver after the offseason trade, Amari Cooper sure came out. And CeeDee Lamb was targeted 11 times and caught 2 balls for 29 yards. Zeke, 10 carries for 52 yards. Tony Pollard got season started off poorly. Micah Parsons looked good. Those 2 sacks both forced field goals, and Suckup missed one of them. Donovan Wilson, a pick. Connor McGovern didn't return after hurting his right ankle. That could hurt them. Curse, safety, questionable with a neck issue. This is
still starting a rookie at left tackle, the kid from Tulsa.
Yeah.
Only, the T. Higgins thing, we'll have to wait and find out on that. I did also, just based on everything else, and especially the secondary injuries from Baltimore, I played some Cincinnati to win the division at 3-1 today. They're not going to look bad. I mean, that offense is definitely going to come around. So I have some extra Cincinnati exposure now.
That's an interesting look. I'm very interested in that. That seems like something to look into. So here you have the public heavy on the Bengals. It's moved off the 7 to 7.5. There are some bigger bets put up on the Cowboys. And at this point, just the teaser for you, Andy?
Yep, just that.
Wow. Brady says people said the exact same thing last year in the exact same spot. Primetime game, Dallas beat Minnie outright. They played D very well. The bar is not high, improving on 7 points. Ronnie and Brady says Bengals will probably smash, but I can't play it. Do you think that there's that it's just because of this recency of how bad the Bengals looked against the Steelers that this is the Bengals could easily smash? Like, would you be surprised if you see 37-7?
No, and I mean it is another one too where you can only adjust so far off the prior. Like the Dallas was a 2.5 point favorite in this. It's a big move. So it's a road. It's a road favorite of what 7.5. That's a big move. It's about as far as you can go before you're just going to take a bunch of Dallas money because it still is the home team. So that's why I did end up teasing this one down. Low total in both those games. I love that in a teaser. So hopefully we can start getting some of these Wong teasers home.
Wow. Okay. And Birdie using this in the contest as well. Don't forget our Cappers contest show is moving to Wednesday tomorrow because we need Jose to do the polls. And he's only available because he's got the Thursday night action at Yankees. They're at Fenway. He's at Fenway as we speak for Yankees. Red Sox, I feel like I still want to take the Bengals, but I'm going to certainly have to think about this longer than just make a quick react bet.